Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All right, Shalom, Mr. Brother Kanak from the city of Indianapolis camp. I want to start by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our apostle, elders, great minister, and teach me well. Peace, be safe to the whole for pushing this true week in, week out, sincerity, charity, and love, and the spirit of Yahweh from the Shai throughout the four corners of the earth. As when I go into these false prophets, man, they are starting to get revealing themselves more and more, day by day, about outlandish words and outlandish believers and outlandish thinkings are just starting to reveal themselves, man. They said all this crazy stuff. They want to be glorified more than the Lord. It's due to my I'm a guerrilla Hebrew. I know the streets. I know this. I know that. None of that street crap is gonna matter, dude. You know what I mean? None of that. Those other worldly things you learn is gonna matter. All right, what's gonna matter is how you serve you, how much you shine, man. These dudes are just out here just bugged out, bro. All right. I'm starting Matthew 7-15. It says, "Beware of false prophets, which come in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. You should know them by their fruits." All right. With that raving wolves, what do these do? They charge for breakdowns. They charging outlandish money. And they're spending it on what cars and one guy he's worth like $1 million, and the other one, he's spending money on cars and hookers, and these things are out of order, man. Until you have about Shema Shai, man, you false prophets gonna have a hell of a you got a hell of a bounty on your head, man, from your about Shema Shai, man. All right, this is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh." All right, so you can't just believe everything you hear from everybody, man. Most people are teaching out of the side of their neck. Most people are just saying whatever comes to mind. Most people are teaching feel good messages, man. Whichever smooth over better with you, man. No, man, you got to teach the truth, man. So you got to try the spirit by the spirit. All right, whether it be of Yahweh, all right? Because what I mean by trying it, it's, you got to line it up with the scriptures, man. You got to line what people are saying up with the scriptures. If it's not lining up with the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, you need to be running up out of there. All right, it says, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Right, because many false prophets are gone out to the world. Some people see it as a business. Some people see it as a come up. Some people see it as power. Some people are addicted to power over others. That's why we want to straighten it up and up, man, like the apostles, man. All right. Okay, I'm going to jump to 2 Peter. Chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "When there were false prophets among the people, even there shall be false teachers among you." All right, and we're seeing that right now. So it said, hey, even when we was out there walking in the earth, in the ancient days, we had false prophets. It says there should be false prophets among you, and we're seeing it all around us. He says, "Who privily shall bring in damnable heresies and deny the Lord that brought them and bring themselves unto swift destruction." Yeah, man, damnable heresies. You can pop you up on the Shabbat. That's wickedness. That's all-time wickedness, bro. All right? You can do certain things that are not contrary to scriptures. That is total wickedness, bro. All right? How much about straight out dealing with it, man? And it's going to bring up yourself a swift destruction. All right? Some of y'all going to be dropping dead. Playing with how about smell shine. So you're gonna bring yourself into, you pretty much cry out for death when you play with the Lord, man. I'm going to jump to the book of Romans, chapter 16 and 18. It says, "For they are such." Oh, so I'm gonna start at 17. Now, I see you, brother Martha, that caused division and offenses contrary to the doctrine. All right, we know who that is, man. IHPK, the purposeful guys, all these so-called philosophers, scholars, they remark you, man. It says that are contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them. So there gonna be no conferences and debates and going back and forth and all that bull crap. We're not doing that with you, man. The Lord told us to avoid you. It says, for they that are serve not our Lord Hamashiach, but their own belly, and by fear and by good words and fair speeches, they deceive the hearts of the simple. All right, yeah. What else we would? Yeah, they deceive the hearts of the simple. Like people are simple-minded. Or you hear something that sound good, but you do no research on it, you don't find out about it. It just sound good, so you just gone all the way with it. It makes you feel a certain type of way. No. All right, we have to be lined up with these scriptures, man. All right, it has to be lined up with the spirit of Yahweh Shabbat Shai. All right, we're not supposed to be trusting other men. That's not coming directly out of the oracles of Yahweh Shabbat Shai. All right, these dudes mean you no good, man. They in it for another reason. You might be sincere in it for the right reason, but is your leadership in it for the right reason? Is your leadership leading you to the right way? It says, 2 Corinthians 11:13, it says, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers transforming themselves into apostles of a Mashiach. All right, that's what you do, Simon. All right, you try to deceive us and transfer into the Lord's man. It says, and no marvel for Satan himself transferred into the angel of light. Right, so, Satan was, a demon, man. So let alone you guys are demons as well. You don't get no pass. All you guys is giving the man of the Lord hell, or try to give us hell. A lot of men of the Lord sit back laughing at this thing, man. Okay, I'm gonna go to 2 Timothy. Chapter 4, verse 3. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after themselves. So after their own lust, shall they heap teachers and devices to themselves, teachers having itchy ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. And that's what a lot of people have done, but they have, lost their way in this truth, and now they turn unto fables. The Lord gave them over to that, man. Now they believe in lies. Oh yeah, I ain't in the choir, but I ain't the leader, but I feel like I should, just all type of lies, man, that these dudes are teaching. Possibly to retire, all this crap. Try to bring up things against the apostles and the men of the Lord. All right, just do your job and do the work and back us up. And teach us the correct way. Yeah, man. So, it was up to 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. It says, for Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. All right, so, these dudes are bringing in the spirit of confusion as well. You don't know if you want to be a gangster or you want to do the Lord's work. That's confusion. What the scripture say, unstable man, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways? And that's where you at. I'm going to read the Hebrew, I know this, I know that. I know the streets. I've been here, I know all this. Man, we don't care about that, man. How's that edifying to the body, bro? Ask the NFL to the body, you want to tell everybody you used to be a gangster. Or you a disciple. You know all this gang. Man, none of that crap matter, man. All right, I'm ending right here with this. I'm going to Matthews 24:25. It says, for there shall arise false Mashiach, and false prophets, and shall show great signs, and wonders, and even so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And it's if it were possible. Well, it's not going to be possible. You're not going to deceive us with your signs and your wonders and, all this prosperity doctrine. You're not going to be able to deceive us to fall and leave you how about Shema Shai. We're going to stand. All right, we're going to fight. All right? So, Lord, with us, edify to the body. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Don't mind outside possible, Elder Premier Millstone, and teach you well. Peace, blessings, to the whole for the truth we give, we count, sincerity.